Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Not as nice out today as it was in my last video. It actually looks like it's about to rain any minute now, but we'll get through it. Today I just wanted to go over patience. Patience is something I have always struggled with my whole life, still do to this day. A lot of people do, you know. It is definitely something that just plagues the world, especially these days when everything is just go, instant gratification. Social media is just, you see everything. You got Amazon, you just see everything right in front of your face. Like, you can just reach out and grab it whenever you want. The Bible has a lot to say about patience, a lot. Actually, when I was doing the research for this video, I was just overwhelmed with how many verses there are on patience. I forgot in the Bible. It's I would say it's one of the top things in the Bible that is just talked about, and Jesus talks about it. So many people in the Bible that go through it and struggle through being patient and waiting, trusting. I picked out a few verses here that really kind of stood out to me. The first one is Romans 12:12. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. There's not a whole lot to really say about that isn't pretty obvious. The key thing there is to be constant, be consistent, and don't give up. The next one is, this is a big one. This is a really big one, actually, that I've been thinking about a lot, even before I started getting into YouTube, is Galatians 6:9. Do not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. This one is really powerful because these days, kind of leading off of my last video about the current times and how everybody's kind of distant from everybody and maybe not the most friendly and considerate and empathetic, maybe. This is a big one because it can be hard to, it sounds bad, but it can be hard to constantly be doing good and looking out for people and give when a lot of times it feels like you're the only one doing it. But this verse really lands it right there, to just not give up, not grow weary of doing good. This verse is really good to kind of just store back in your memory and bring it out whenever you need a reminder. But there's a promise at the end of that verse that says, in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So there's the patience. In due season. That means waiting. We just love that word, don't we? The next verse I got here is the good old 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is patient, love is kind. Love does not envy or boast, it is not arrogant. With obviously the focus on patience. Love is just another, or patience is just another attribute of love. And God is love. Patience is a form of love. The last verse I have is Isaiah 40:31. This one to me is very powerful. It stuck with me for years. I remember memorizing this verse years and years ago when I would go through tough times, when I would go through kind of tribulations and challenging moments in my life. This is one of the verses that just stuck with me, and I would have to repeat in my head and say it out loud over and over and over. And it is, but they who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint. If we wait upon the Lord, if we are patient, we will reap the benefits and the harvest of our waiting. One thing I learned over the years is patience produces strength. It produces long suffering, endurance. Paul says a lot about that. Patience is one of those tricky things because in order to be more patient, you have to be patient. So it's like a catch-22, and that's why it is so hard, because in order to learn patience, to perfect it, to get better at it, you have to be patient. And it is just that tough cycle that can really beat you down sometimes in life. God has a plan. We don't know God's plan. It's like the analogy of the parent and their child, you know. The child doesn't know why you took that dinner plate away from them. They just want that plate of candy. They just want to eat that whole jar of cookies. They have no clue why you took that jar away. All they know is that they had something and it's gone, or they want something and they can't have it. In a way, we're kind of like that. And as God is our Father, we are His children. We just want that cookie jar back a lot of the times, you know? So it's our job to mature through life. And one of those ways of maturing as a Christian and a child of God is learning patience. Being patient and trusting and understanding God has a plan. He works all things together for good for those who love Him. If you can just permanent marker that in your heart, on your mind, things will be a lot easier. You will have that to fall back on at the darkest of times in your life. So today was a little bit shorter. Just trying to keep it a little bit short and sweet today. It looks like it's about to rain, so I probably don't have much time anyway, but I'll catch you all later.